Okay, so what you're going to be doing right here is that practice test that we were reviewing yesterday, and we are solving systems by graphing. Make sure you read the directions. If you don't read the directions, you're not going to start it out the right way, and you're going to be solving the equation. So we're solving systems by graphing. Number one has 2x minus y equals 1, 3. And then on the bottom has 2x plus y equals negative 1. So first we have to put this into the y equals mx plus b form. I taught it to you, but you don't really know kind of formally what it is. So y equals mx plus b. This is my slope. This is my intercept. So this is called a slope-intercept form. So we need to put it in this form where we have our slope and then our intercept. So we'll start with this one. 2x minus y equals negative 3. I have to get this 2x to be on the next side, just how we have it here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite. Because this is a plus 2x, it doesn't have a sign, so we know it's plus. We're going to do minus 2x. Take away 2x. It gives me a 0. Over here, we're going to take away 2x. Now, negative 3 doesn't have a sign, or it doesn't have a letter next to it like x, so it's a completely different, it's completely different, and you can't add these together. What I mean is, when I say negative 3, what I have is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. When it says right here I have negative 2x, it means that I have two negative x's. When I have positives, they could cancel out, but because this is a letter, or a letter, I can't do anything with them. So it's as if I'm just left with the same thing. So I have to rewrite this. It's best to always put the x first, or the letter first. So now I have negative 2x minus 3. This canceled out, if you remember, have the 0. I bring down the y. Negative y equals negative 2x minus 3. We're going to get into this more, but if you have a negative with a letter, what you need to do is you could change it to a positive, but by changing this side to a positive, you have to go and change all of because you change this to the opposite, you have to change the other ones to the opposite as well. I'll show you more exactly why that happens. So my final answer is y equals 2x plus 3. So I'm going to go ahead and graph that one here now. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Remember now, if it doesn't have a number underneath the fraction, that's the same as if you put a 1 underneath it, 2 over 1. So if it doesn't have anything there, put a 1 underneath it, and I'll explain that to you more also. So now, when we graph it, we know that this is positive, so go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. So my line is going to look like this. So there's one. Now I have to graph the next one, which is this one. So I got to do 2x plus y equals negative 1. We can put a little plus here because there's nothing there. We got to do the opposite to get this to the opposite side over here. Take away 2x, take away 2x, You can't combine these because they're not like terms. So I do y equals, bring them down, negative 2x minus 1. Let's see. Oh, whoops. If you notice right here, oh no, I kept it right. So we're good. Now I'm going to go ahead and graph this one. I'm going to put a 1 underneath it, so I got my slope. I'm going to put it right here. Negative 1, my intercept. 2, 1, 2, 5. This one says negative, so you see that it goes the opposite direction. And there you go. There it is solved.